Students do work, and Ms. K sees it live. She gives feedback, and students respond right away. Even better, students can help each other. With Classkick, everybody learns together, whether they're in class or at home. Get it free at classkick.com.
So that was just kind of a little video to kind of introduce this. If we think back to some of the things that we wrote on this Padlet, I'm already seeing things like some group discussion type things that can be accomplished through this. There's things like where we have partners working on things. Okay, in that video, remember it said something about how students can work with each other to help each other out on some of their work. So again, just keep thinking through that as we go through this lesson. And we're going to go ahead and actually try this out here. So I want you to hit the next button on your Classkick there. So go to slide 2 on your Classkick and follow the instructions here. So it says write your name in green by adding a new text box. Yours is going to look a little bit different than mine because you more than likely don't have the app yet, but you should see this symbol here, that T. All right, that's your text box button. So when you click that, you're going to add a text box. And then further down towards the right, you can see that there's a button that changes the text color. On mine, you can't really see it, but when you tap the text box, you can type in your name there. And then you can also change the color to green right there. So take a second to do that as I bring this up so you can kind of see what this looks like. Oops. I gotta go back out and then back into it. So if you're looking at the Zoom now, you can see through here. As the teacher, I can go through and see real quickly who's done that so far. So I can see that like Davis and Bush, Goad, Folse is in there. Okay. We can also do things like filter or select which slide I want to look at. Of course, they changed the button on me. But if I'm looking at it on my computer, and I can take over the screen share from my computer here. I can also sort this so that I'm not looking at all the slides. I can look at a specific slide and say, and look at it a little bit closer this way as well. So you see that this is already kind of one of those things where as students are doing things in live, in real time, we're starting to see their work already pop up. So let me go back to my iPad. And while I'm going back to my iPad, go ahead and go to slide 3.
Well, I have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question. I put in your class code and it goes straight to my own class code and couldn't find yours at all.
Are you logging in as a student?
Yes, it's just straight to my own Classkick.
Davis or Kirk, did you get something like that?
No, I didn't even log in at all. I just went
Okay.
to student and then I put in the code.
Mm-hmm.
Said that it was a pro account. So I just typed in my name.
Oh, so yeah, don't hit login.
Okay, let me go back to Classkick. I did choose student. I did click on student. And it's asked me for if I want to log in with my Google account, Clever.
Yeah,
No,
don't log in. You just type in the class code and then
now it didn't pop up that. Okay.
okay. All right. So as I'm looking here, I start to see some fish. Looks like a dog from Mr. Jones there. False, I have no idea what that is.
I didn't even try to draw. I just uploaded a picture.
Goat's got a capybara in there. Looks like some pigs. All right. That's a really good dog from Miss Jarrett there. All right. So again, we've got some drawing tools now. So you can see how we can actually draw on things. Those little dollar store styluses are really going to be kind of key tools for students, but there's ways to get them to write on the materials that you have too. Okay. This is one that I really like here. Okay, so it says use the microphone tool above to try saying and recording the following. I didn't try this on Zoom, so I don't know if you can do it on Zoom. It shouldn't be a problem. Okay, but I want you to use this microphone tool. Oh, not that tool. The microphone tool right there. Tap on that. Go ahead and put your name, where you're from, and what you love most about school. So when you tap on that, it's going to bring up this like recording box. And then you can hit the record button and speak your piece and then hit save, and it should show up on that slide as well. So I see Kirk and Tiger got that on there.
A quirk I've found, because I'm using my phone, is that it's telling me to use Chrome, but I'm on Chrome, and it says I can't use the microphone. So
same thing.
Yeah, that's one good thing about the app, that at this point all our students have it because all of the math teachers are using it. With the app, they have no problem doing that. So
show them on my page what it looks like after.
yeah. So when we do that, let me go find Kirk. Once we do that, now you'll see this little audio box and you can hit play.
My name is Yesenia Kirk. I am from Hyco, Texas. And the thing that I love most about school is getting to teach math.
And you can see that students can now have their voice be put into this too. So now we're hitting other ways of assessing students, getting them to use this content in different ways that they may not be able to do as easily in the virtual setting that we would do in class all the time. You always are going to have students talking about the different things that you're teaching. Here's one way that we can bring that into this virtual setting. All right.
This is also a way to differentiate your product, guys.
Mm-hmm. So now students don't have to write something. You can have them do the voiceover. Also, you're going to find when we're building things, you have that ability to record the audio. So remember a while ago when I sent out that long video about how to add recordings to your tests, and it's just a mess. It's real easy to press that button, read it real quick, and it's right there for the students. All right. On to question 5, on to slide 5. So it says, with the red pen circle somewhere in the world you would like to travel, click the hand raise button at that top right to be checked and go on to the next slide. So once you hit that hand raise button, it looks like this hand at the top right. You'll get that option to have it checked by the teacher. And in the teacher view, you'll see the hands on those screens.
The one on my laptop cannot choose different color. I know iPad can do that, but laptop, it can't. Just want to let you know that.
Laptop can, it's just not under the pen. It's to the far right.
Oh, is that, okay, I see. Thank you.
Davis has a nice slot there too.
And Webb, I raised my hand. It's not showing though. And this was actually happening to me in class the other day. But when I backed out of it, it shows it. Yeah.
There it is. Yep. So now on my screen, I see that like Jones has raised his hand. I can go to his, and it looks like he wants to go everywhere in Europe. And I can actually sit here and have a little conversation too. Say, and so now the students can raise their hand to have something checked. They can send you a message in that little chat box and you respond back to them, or you could go to someone else like Miss Bush here wants to go to South America, and see, I'm not a person, so I'm not sure what those countries are down there, but I can go ahead and say, and go ahead and write on her slide. And Miss Bush, just to confirm that that showed up on your slide too, right? So what you write on a student's page is going to show up on just their page too. Okay, you can add text boxes, you can highlight things, you can do all those same tools on individual students' pages as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move us on to slide 6. In slide 6, slide 6 says drag and sort the animals on a scale of least to most favorite. So if you're like tapping on it and you're like, wait, things aren't moving, and you're just sitting there drawing all over it, it's because you've got to have this tool right here. Pointer tool. You have to use that, and once you click on that, then you can start dragging those different manipulatives all around the screen. And I see like Mr. Lee's favorite is a frog there out of those. Looks like Goffinette's favorite is pig. Miss Rodriguez likes elephants the best. Tigert's a giraffe person. Yeah, of course. All right. So now these manipulatives are things that you can bring in so that students can drag and drop things on the assignment as well. So that's just kind of a real quick, just let's play around with it, see what types of things we can do. I want to show you some things that, some quick ways that you can use this Classkick in your class. For tutoring, it's real easy to open up a blank assignment, give the students the code, and as you're working on stuff like on a whiteboard or something, I know that's really kind of something that math and science do a little more of, but your ELA team, these reading passages, if you're wanting to annotate on a reading passage or practice with students annotating, that type of thing. Warm-ups and exit tickets, you see how quickly that students can respond back to you, and you can get that real quick formative assessment from them. And then I threw the oral administration out there too, again, because that's something that, especially on our last test, it normally takes probably about at least 30 minutes to get videos and things into Canvas to do oral administration. It took me 4 minutes to do oral administration for the whole test. So just something that's kind of another thing that you can use. I'm hoping that you'll see that it will cut some time down in certain places. Okay, so I'm gonna flip back here before we really start getting into actually building ourselves. I want you to see this on my screen, on my laptop. So let me share that again. So when you sign up for an account, you're going to get something that looks like this. This is your dashboard for Classkick. Ignore that it says Pro Teacher there. Right now, what I would suggest is that we sign up for a basic account, just so you can build, and I'll show you that where you go in just a second here. But I just want to show you real quick how to take something that you're planning on using in your class and how quickly you can build something with this. So I've got this activity here that is a PDF of something that I would want my students to do like on paper in class. So we're talking about transformations. It's got a map, it's got some directions for it. This is where they would draw the different transformations, and they've got some ordered pairs that they've got to make. So once I have that, I'm going to hit this plus sign at the top, and it says create assignment. So I'm going to create that from a file, and that's our PDF that we're creating it from. So I'll go to my desktop, grab that page. And now what it's going to do is it's going to start importing the pages into the activity. I want all 4 pages, so I'm going to just hit that import all pages. If you only wanted 1 or 2 pages from a multi-page PDF, you just hit next on that first page that you want, and then you'd hit next again, and then add another, and then maybe that's the second page that you want. So now it's going to add those to a new assignment for you. So again, I said this one, I just want the entire thing. So I'm going to open that and hit import all pages. So now it's put each one of those onto a separate page here for my activity. I can hit finish. And it's going to take a minute here. But then it goes ahead and imports all those pages onto a separate page in my Classkick assignment. So now, as we're going through, and I haven't shown you this on the actual activity, but you can actually have Classkick grade for you as well. So you can add in these boxes here, this dotted box. This builds a answer response or a required response for the students. So now in that box, I can go ahead and say, it's a fill in the blank question. I can say, this answer is supposed to be 4-6. And then I can give it a point. And so I can go through and build these fill in the blanks for my assignment and have students actually respond, and it's going to sit there and grade it for me. Other types of questions you can do are multiple choice. On here, on this dashboard, you also have manipulatives that you can add. So that was like the animal pictures that we sat and dragged or drug around the screen. So again, this is one of those things where it takes a little bit of time setting it up, but I don't have to sit there and go through 100 students' papers grading them. I've got all of that, and once I assign it to my students, it's going to pop up and say how many points out of the total points they got on their assignment. So those are kind of the basics. Other math people, just off the top of your head, do you think there's something else I should add in at this point?
On the basic free version, you can only make 10 assignments, but again, we're pushing for the district to buy so that we can do multiple assignments. But you can only do 10, but you can always delete older assignments and make more assignments. But y'all will love it, I promise. It's not, once you know how to do it, it gets easier to create them. So it's really beneficial.
You can hide and lock assignments, and it's worked amazing with tests that I have for my advanced kids, where I lock them and I hide them from them, and then when I open them up, I can close them per period so that they're not giving out answers to others after they complete the test.
So that's what this screen is here. So I can set it to have it grade, and so the students see their grades. I can have it so that students go and help each other. So when that symbol came up and said someone raised their hand, I can have a student go help another student by hitting that hand button and going to help out a student. What Ms. Kirk was saying there, we can hide the assignment, we can lock it so that they can't get into it. All right. So I think at this point, and like I said, I don't really want to take all your time right now. I do want to put us into some breakout rooms that are more specific for our content. And I intended for us to build something. I'm getting a little long in my descriptions and things, so I don't think we're going to have enough time to really build too much. But I want to put you into breakout rooms so we can kind of talk with our content. But one of the math teachers is going to be in there with you, and so they can kind of help you think through some ideas of how you could use this in your classroom. All right. So let me go ahead and create those breakout rooms real quick. All right, so we will open those breakout rooms for you guys, and we will see you in a couple minutes. We'll give you about 7 minutes here. All right, so I wanted to stop us because we are kind of getting close to time. But I hope y'all benefited from some of the discussion. I know some people were trying to share screens, but I forgot to actually set that up. So sorry about that. But just to kind of finish this off, I really see this program being a benefit, not only to us, but our students, just because I know in this setting, they do have difficulties like producing work and showing things, showing their learning, when they are learning. It may not be the same as they would get in our in-person classroom from a normal year, but I think this is something that we could use to engage those students and help them along. So that is gonna finish us off. You've got the Classkick there, so there's a little bit more that I was going to present some tips and things, but I'll kind of share those out through an email instead of having you guys stay on Zoom any longer. So can I get, let's see, my affirmer was Jones, right? So Jones, you want to go ahead and affirm?
You bet. You did a good job. You showed us the advantages of something that can help us, and you gave us a chance to discuss it with each other. And like I was working on my cell phone, and it was limited, but you're so good at the Zoom that I was able to see other people succeed and see how it was supposed to work. And I think you did a good job at keeping us focused, because if you look at this group of people, we're people who could get off focus. So you did a good job.
Well, thank you, Brent. I appreciate that. False, you want to go ahead and rate us?
Yes, I give us a 10, especially Miss Dane group, breakout group, listening to your blooper come through. I give us a 10. Good job.
All right. Thank you, guys. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go. Take another 5 minutes and then I guess head to your department room. So if you ever have any questions about any of this, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help out. All right.
Questions. Bye.
Bye, guys.